Welcome back to What's Now. Right now we are going to take a look at small businesses. They definitely took a hit throughout the pandemic, but there are good signs that small business is coming back and recovery is on the horizon. How can you help? What can you do to make sure you support local small businesses? Well, I recently spoke with columnist Jean Marks all about this. Let's take a look.
The American economy is well on the road to recovery. Americans are shopping again, and that is good news for business big and small. While we often hear more from large companies, 99% of the companies in the United States are classified as small businesses, and they employ about 60 million people. Amazon's Prime Day is a critical time for many of these businesses. More than 2 million small and medium-sized companies around the world sell on Amazon, as they account for 60% of sales on the site. Noted columnist and author Jean Marks, as a small business expert, is joining us today with some insights. Jean, thanks for being here.
Christine, thanks for having me on.
Amazon just had one of its biggest sales events of the year with Prime Day. But what does that have to do with small businesses?
Well, actually, Christine, has a lot to do with small businesses. I mean, first of all, small businesses employ more than half of the workers in this country. They produce more than half of this country's gross domestic product. So when small businesses are doing well, the American economy is doing well. Amazon knows this. Amazon has, like you said, 2 million small merchants, small and mid-sized merchants on its site. Those merchants account for about 60% of the products revenues that are on their site as well. So small businesses rely on Amazon for their livelihood. Many of them do. Amazon also relies on the success of their small business partners as well. So the company itself is constantly doing stuff to help those partners. There was just Prime Day was recent, and right before Prime Day, Amazon had like a special promotion where they offered like $10 of a credit for any purchases that were made before Prime Day. You could use that $10 credit during Prime Day on a small merchant. It generated $1.9 billion for their small merchants on Prime Day. It's just one example. So the company kind of knows that small businesses are really important to their business, but also just how important that they are to the overall U.S. economy.
And where are these small businesses located? In certain regions, all over the country, all over the world?
Well, they're in Salt Lake City. They're in Park City. They are in Louisiana. They are in Wyoming. They're in Delaware. They're in really anywhere. We learned from the pandemic that a lot of companies can send their employees home and get work done as long as they've got a good internet connection and a quiet room where you can't hear your dog barking. So a lot of entrepreneurs and a lot of online merchants are selling from their homes. And all those places I just mentioned, they experience sales growth, both in general and also per capita from those places, because it really doesn't matter where you set up shop nowadays. People are selling their products online from anywhere.
How critical is e-commerce for small businesses?
Well, like Christine, you're like me. I mean, we're at home clicking away, buying stuff. We're under lockdown. I don't know I had a personal relationship with my UPS driver. It was that bad. There was 30 to 35% increase in sales. 30 to 45% increase in online sales last year, depending on what report you read. And that's compared to 2019. So it was explosive. We saw that with restaurants, right? They got locked down and they went online and had delivery services and online ordering and pickup services. And that sustained a lot of restaurants through the pandemic. This is not going away. This is what the trend is. Online sales are now reality. And if you want to succeed as a small business, you have got to have a strategy for selling online. There's no question about it.
And many consumers are interested in supporting small businesses. So what's the best way to do that?
Well, first of all, I would tell you to go and shop local. If you can and support your local businesses, do it. If you want to go online, there are a lot of sites out there that are specifically focused on small businesses. But listen, we're talking about Amazon, right? 2 million small merchants. You want to support small businesses, not a bad place to start. If you go to amazon.com/support small, then whenever you buy anything, it will be purchased from a small merchant. And by the way, if you want to buy from a Black-owned business, from a female-owned business, from a business in the Salt Lake area or the Park City area, you can do that on their support small site as well. So it's amazon.com/support small. It's one of the places you can go to support small businesses.
And any additional words of advice for small business owners, especially in this current economic climate?
Yeah, the biggest, one of the biggest challenges we have is finding people. There's a labor shortage that's out there. Labor costs are going up as well. So here's what I'm seeing, Christine. I am seeing a lot of clients and a lot of my readers reinvesting in technologies, getting those cloud-based applications, using technologies to keep their existing people as productive as possible. That is key to holding down your labor costs. So big, big investment time in technologies, including your website and getting found, because those change all the time, making sure that your website's up to date. And finally, I'm seeing a lot of businesses expand their reach, look for new channels. I mean, we've been talking about Amazon, but Amazon's not the only game in town. There's other places to sell your stuff online, including your own website. So, reach out and expand, sell as many places as you can, particularly online. You want to make sure that your products and services are in front of the eyeballs of prospective customers wherever they're located around the world. So reinvest in technology, update that website, expand your online channels. That's the kind of stuff that I'm seeing among small businesses this year as we're emerging from the pandemic.
And anywhere else we should go, or where can we find more information if we want to continue this conversation?
Well, if you follow me on Twitter, I'm at Gene Marks, GeneMarks. I share lots of advice and tips and news that will impact your small business. And also, listen, I'm a big small business guy. We've been talking about Amazon. I do really like their support small site. So it's amazon.com/support small. And that way, when you buy stuff, you'll buy it from a small business. And that gives me plenty more stuff to write about in the future.
Well, thank you so much, Gene Marks, for joining us once again right here. We appreciate this important information about small businesses and really encouraging information as well. So thank you for taking the time with us.
Thanks, Christine. Take care.